Wow. Hey tubers, welcome to my new series of videos called Tailgate Talk. And this is where I drop the tailgate, pull out the chairs, get comfortable, and talk about, bitch about whatever I feel like talking about. And if somebody else is with me, they can park their ass in the chair next to me and say their piece too. This is still America, so you know, until they start arresting us for expressing our opinion, so be it. And I only really feel I can express these opinions because I'm old. You know, I'm no genius, I'm not rich, nothing. I've just lived long enough to have some perspective. But I'm not so old, oh that's a hawk. I'm not so old that I've gone soft. And that's the problem with a lot of these friggin' people in America, especially the ones running the country, they're too damn soft. Hey, listen, let me tell you, if you haven't realized it, we've gone to war, okay? And we're gonna lose. Now let me just run something, you know, that statement might seem crazy or upsetting, but let me run something by you here. Last century, there was the great economic collapse, there was the Spanish flu, World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, all kinds of stuff, right? Well, this is the new century. It seems we've already had an economic collapse. We've had a giant pandemic, and I say that this is the first new type of world war for the next century. This is an economic war, and we have decided to fight it on all fronts for no reason at all. And the next war, I am predicting this will be a cyber war, where instead of trying to wreck somebody's economy through your economic moves, you just see who has the strongest computers or smartest AI. And that's when AI takes over the world. Yeah, wouldn't that be wild? Man. But truly, we are at war right now. And we started this war for no fucking reason at all. And I can see why the government would want us to take over Canada and Greenland, because if we're going to isolate ourselves, we have to see that we have enough of everything so we can piss on the rest of the world. Not smart, not possible. And I guess the question of the day, because the stock market has crashed from a high when Trump was elected of around, the Dow was, I believe, around 46,000. And today, man, it's all the way down to 38. The trade war is going, and we're losing. And all these other countries, you know, you say made in America, that'll take years to happen. Whether it does or doesn't, that could be another administration, like pollution control on cars. The question is, all these other countries that did business with America to buy corn, soybeans, weapons systems, they've all canceled their contracts and gone someplace else to buy, whether it's Brazil, France for jets, not America. Now they can't cut free from us 100% today, but it's going to happen, and where are we going to be but sitting on the sidewalk playing with ourselves? A shame. I've grown up in the golden time of America. My biggest friggin' problem, really for my age group, was the Vietnam War. And as stupid as that was, you know, in Vietnam War. Okay, yeah, all those, you know, it's why. We truly would be better off, instead of going to war with a country, to send in a bunch of real estate agents and they can buy it up one neighborhood at a time. My God, that would be the smarter and cheaper way. But of course, that's assuming you can get people to sell, and they want to sell. Trying to buy Greenland, they don't want to sell, and they don't want us. They don't want our American way. They like theirs. They'd rather have independence. American investment, yes, but American government, no. And it would bankrupt America if we had to take over Canada and their healthcare system and all that other stuff. We're not geared up for that. We'd just one more reason to crash the economy. Hey, when do we want to take over a big chunk of Mexico just because it's stupid? Really stupid. I'm just so upset with the direction America is taken, and I'm going to tell you, I voted for Trump on the first presidency, thinking he was going to be a normal, good businessman and straighten things out. He didn't. And let me tell you something. He is actually running the government today just like he runs his businesses. Trump University, Trump casinos, Trump Airlines. You get a lot of money thrown in the pot. He's ripping everybody off left and right. And then when the business crashes, he just walks away and says, it's not my fault. I didn't do this. Can't blame Biden. Can't blame his flunkies, because nobody knows what's going on. And worst of all, there's no winning line with this. Trump, every day it's a new friggin' story. If there was an actual policy and the way things work, why are they tariffing empty islands, uninhabited islands in the Pacific Ocean, or Antarctic Ocean? It's too stupid. It is really, nobody's keeping track of this shit. They're on friggin' whatever it is, Snapchat, having military plan discussions before the military attack takes place. They were lucky they got away with it. But my God, Russia, one of the people was in Russia on their phone. You can't tell me the secretary of whatever, when he's in Russia, is not being totally 100% spied on by the Russian government. That's just fucking impossible not to believe that that's happening. So any excuse saying, oh yeah, we were doing good, you're an idiot and a liar. It pisses me off. And hey, I'm not a friggin' Democrat, okay? Right now I'm a registered Republican. And I don't have problems with enforcing the law or this, but there is a framework and everybody has to play under it. For the government to be doing the things they're doing without due process to people, look, just because they grabbed some guy at immigration and zipped him away or took him off of his college campus doesn't mean that they won't be coming to your house next and saying you posted a bad video or we saw you bought an extra fucking gun or a silencer. And then where are you going to be? Crying that, well, no, I'm a great guy. I'm a good American. Who's making those decisions now? That's the problem. Good Americans used to be within the framework of the law. I grew up, you could pretty much do whatever you want. But when you got caught, you had to go through the meat grinder. And money did buy justice. Ask O.J. Simpson. Yeah, there you go. Ask O.J. And there's going to be people right now watching this damn video that have no idea who O.J. Simpson is. Oh. I'm just really upset, guys. Seriously. There's no reason for any of this happening. The economy, there was a way, if you wanted to enforce or bring in tariffs, you could have 1, 2, 3 step it and see how things play out, a country at a time. You don't have a war on all fronts. That is just a losing battle. Did Trump not learn anything from the Nazis and Germany and Hitler? Because he sure as hell is modeling his government regime like that. They've got a minister of propaganda. She gets up there and lies every day to the American public. And if you don't believe me, look at the facts yourself. And don't believe just one nugget. Try to get the big picture, 4 or 5 perspectives on that same issue, and you will find out that we're being fed a line of crap by our government. And really, there's no reason at all for us to be at war with Canada. Canada! That's like coming home and kicking your wife just because it's fun. She ain't gonna be happy. She ain't gonna cook you dinner. And she sure as hell is not gonna give you the money back that you paid for that dress. Get over it. I don't know. It's all just got me a little bit too worked up to even think. And hey, here you go. I was talking about historical parallels. McCarthy. Communism. Now we've got Trump and the MAGA with whatever they're drug dealers. Oh, they're terrorists. Oh, they're domestic. Pick a group. And God forbid that some black man or woman or child or whoever is killed in America unjustly by some stupid act of the government, police, whatever, negligence, and people protest in the street. And Trump and his government will say that they are criminals and domestic terrorists when they're just people unhappy with what is happening with their government and their communities. I mean, you want to talk states' rights and freedom of expression, you need to be able to listen to what people are saying that is against your views. I try to watch at least 15 minutes to an hour of news clips from stations that I think are talking too much shit. But the spin on it, I can see how you can try to do that. But when you actually pick apart the argument, to me, it doesn't stand up. Especially not when I look around at what's happening in the world. I'm going to end the war in 24 hours. I'm going to get grocery prices down. Trade war is going to make all kinds other countries pay the tariff. I promise I won't come in your mouth, baby. I promise. That's all I can say. I'm not going to shoot my load in your mouth. Oh, the biggest lie I've ever heard. At least in the modern day. And people are eating it up with crackers. It's sad. Are you really that naive or blind, whatever, to not realize? And let me tell you something. You're talking about saving all this money in the government with Doge, and then the next minute they're saying, oh, well, we're going to send everybody a check. Well, if you're saving fucking money, start paying down the bills, balance the budget. Don't just throw the money back out to the fucking wind. Use it constructively. Now, if you're paying people off so that they're not upset about the tariffs, send me my check. I need money. I'll probably get 1,000 hates from this, but it'll take 20 years. Because at best, 10 people will watch this video in total. I've been averaging on any kind of video 10, 12 views. It's just sad. unless I do a car repair, which I have some car repairs coming. And speaking of which, car parts and all that bullshit going up in price. Makes me so glad that I'm fixing mine and keeping it running. You want to talk about saving money? I got new disc and new drums for the Tundra. Car dealer wanted almost $500. Advanced Auto wanted about $350. I was able to get the discount closeout price at Rock Auto. The discs were $20 a pop, and the drums were $25 each. Now the big thing was the $44 shipping, the tax, but it still came out to less than $150, and I've got all new disc and drums ready to pop on for my next brake job. I believe I've got some pads or something still in the trailer. But yeah, and Stellantis, which is Dodge, Ram, they were supposed to invest in a plant in Canada and Mexico. They've decided to pause, but they don't know what the hell they're going to do because there's no structure to these tariffs, and so they've decided to lay off 900 auto workers. And you know, I'll bet you that crowd that Trump had at the White House, there was a portion of them that were paid to be there and dress up stupid. Because 90% of the time when he has crowds, he has fake people portraying whatever he's trying to show. Hey, bring the fire station empty pizza boxes that you found in the trash. I know. You don't believe me, but it's true. I was a self-employed contractor my whole life, handyman. I made agreements with people, I did the work, did it correct, I got paid. Donald Trump does not pay his contractors. He just makes excuses not to pay them. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I didn't like that. That's it. These people show up, they work. Whether there's glitches or not, that's life. Hopefully you hire people that are very professional, but it depends on what you get, what you paid for. But to not pay people, you're wrong. And that's what the government is doing recently with all these contracts that they've canceled. Hey, it's great. You don't want to feed the world. I understand perfectly. But that farmer in Iowa who's got that $1 million tractor, harvester, separator, he's already accounted for your government contracts to buy his mass-produced farm goods. You can't just leave him hanging, but you did. Not to mention you've chased off all his cheap illegal help. And that's the other thing, all this, we want to go back to building everything in America. You ain't got the people. We do not have the people, the young people who want to go to work in the factory. Even if you tell me we're going to pay them a working wage and they can do this. No, everybody's raising their kid to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, bank president. Nobody's raising their kid to say, hey, you can get into the heating and air business and make a killing. Or be a nurse and go anywhere you want in America and get a job. From a cruise ship to a school, a hospital, summer camp, you name it. You know, people aren't telling their kids that. They're, oh, you got to be the friggin' president. And the poor in the inner city or poor in the country, it's literally a brain drain when you take the money from the federal government out of the system. Those poor counties don't have the ability to educate their kids to the same level that happens in the city I live in, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, that taxes me out the ass, including a special school tax on my property. And they reassess full market value every 2 years. So, and that's why they have, in my neighborhood, one of the top 10 public high schools in America. It's because somebody's paying for it. But there's a lot of people that work at Duke, UNC, whatever. There's big bucks jobs around here because there's industry, there's colleges, hospitals. You're not going to see that in farm country Iowa or in the inner city of any big city, whether it's Atlanta, New York, Houston, the barrios in California, whatever. And it might even be different where I'm going to stay on the Department of Education for a second. States' rights, we're giving it all back to the states. That money is not going to the states anymore. It's just stopped flowing. Where are these people going to get the cash to pay their bus drivers and school lunch ladies? Our economy is in big trouble right now. And people have just started getting laid off. It's the tip of the iceberg for at least 2 more years. And of course, in 2 years, if America is still in love with stupid, we really are in trouble. But I don't think America is going to survive if Walmart doubles its prices. Because that's what's going to happen at some point. And, hey, because now we're friends with Russia, wait till the store shelves look like a Russian store shelf. And you don't have 50 selections of shampoo and conditioner and soap. No, you've got 1 or 2. And one has a picture of Trump on it, and the other one has a picture of Melania. You'll love it. Ivanka's only going to be sold with the LV shit, so the rest of us won't see her face on a shampoo bottle. With Trump's hair, he'd love to be on a shampoo bottle. I say give him a buzz cut and let's see what the stubble looks like. Then tell me if you got friggin' hair or not. If you've got a good 5 o'clock shadow on the top, hey, you do have hair. But if you're thin and sprickly like my beard or the top of my head, you bald and you combing over to hide it. And in fact, anybody whose hair is more than 1 inch or 2 long and they're combing it from one side of their head to the other, you hiding hair loss. You're not doing it for style. You're hiding hair loss. Again, I'm being honest with you about any subject I want. Stupid man. And what's sad is all of this, whatever he's trying to do for America, or thinks he's trying to do for America, will evaporate with the next administration. If you want to stop birthright citizenship, if you want to close the border or this or that, there is a Republican Congress right now, a Republican Senate, and a Republican president. If you are the great deal maker, make some deals in Washington with the Democrats and get these things passed into law. It will be so much simpler in the long run. Don't take the cheat executive order route. That's for fucking pussies. Pass some legislation. Lyndon Baines Johnson, all this freaking stuff that you hate, equal rights and all the other voter action stuff that happened in the 60s, he passed that through a mixed, hostile government. It wasn't a friendly time in America. Make some deals, Trump. Show us you're the man. Don't just stand up there and whine that somebody didn't play with you. Make some deals. And my God, I hear he watches 8 hours of TV a day. I know he plays golf every weekend. When the fuck does this son of a bitch work? And don't tell me he's working all the time, because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's sad. If he could become king, stop elections until he's dead, he would do it. He would break the American system. His Homeland Security or immigration idiot has said it's not against the law if you're doing what Trump orders and this. It's yes, those orders can be against the law. I was in the military. You know, they got the, you can, an unlawful order is not a lawful order to follow. And whether you like it or not, our checks and balances system, presidential, legislative, judicial, those judges are allowed to say no to the president, you stepped out of line. And then you appeal it. But you don't say the judge has to be fired. Hell, everybody who gets a speeding ticket would love to fire their frickin' judge. Right? And let's not forget, he's a convicted sex offender and he is a felon, convicted felon by a jury. He had his run. He fucked it up. I guess maybe money can't buy justice. Well, it can buy justice if you can delay it. But if you're guilty, you know, they got your tax records. It's all black and white. They got you on film murdering the girl and throwing her in the trunk. It's some things you can't really hide from. You know, I'm sorry, you want to say it wasn't me, but the pictures, the DNA, it's your baby. So stupid. I mean, there are so many things that the government could do that would generate revenue and would boost the American lifestyle without all this stupid shit. Oh. My God. Here's an easy one. The federal government should legalize marijuana and start collecting the tax on that. There's a brand new source of revenue coming into the federal government. Then you could start giving tax breaks and say, geez, we got this new money coming in, we can cut taxes here. Duh, a real simple one. But no, I'm an idiot. I'm going to tariff. I'm an idiot. Let's tariff. Or maybe because we do need actual laborers, maybe at the border, instead of having judges and whoever else turning people away or saying they're good, maybe we should have an unemployment office. And if these people want a job and we give them a job when they walk through the border, now we've got working, tax-paying citizens. Not citizens, but green card people, working, legal. Sounds great. And we filled a job that an American didn't want. Common sense. You can do this in a different way without making the world crazy or the American economy go down the toilet. If Russia, hey, have you ever seen the Twilight Zone where the aliens put in an alien president and other people in the government to crash the world? Well, I think Donald J., if he's not an alien, he sure as hell is a Manchurian candidate from Russia. Remember, he was there in the 80s. They probably got a sex video of him. Now, see, if it was me, I'd say show it. But old Donald's got a little weenie, so at least that's what I've heard. That's the rumor. How do I say it without getting arrested? Who knows? Slander to Donald J. Trump. I heard the rumor. I didn't say it. I just heard the rumor. Yeah, that's it. Stormy Daniels told me on TV, on one of her videos. Yeah, she showed it was a little mushroom. That's it. Fuck. Well, again, every now and then I'm going to be dropping the tailgate. I'm going to bitch, moan, complain, rant, rave. It'd be nice if somebody were here to balance my opinions and say things are great. I actually have a real strong ride or die Trump neighbor who's also 100% racist, so If I could get him on camera, that would be nice. But I don't think he'd want to have his face shown saying the things he says. And trust me, it's not right. I thought America was past all that bullshit, but obviously it's not. And it's just sad. Really is. Yeah. No names, no faces. If he were sitting next to me, he'd probably want to wear a mask. But you can get a good look at my face because I'm an idiot and I want top pay. Well, listen, that kind of wraps it up. Hey, that might be the way to wrap up these segments. I'm an idiot and remember, I'm an idiot and I want top pay. Hey, I think I might just post this as a one take. So let's stop it right here and call it a day. I really do hope that Trump and the people around him figure out what they're doing and America does recover. But to think just because North Carolina has given tax breaks to all kinds of companies saying they're going to open factories, and then that falls apart. Just because somebody says they're going to build a factory, it could take years of planning and decisions before the first stone goes. Putin is delaying the war. I want peace, but I'm still shooting. So all of this negotiation with these companies, it's all a joke. It's smoke and mirrors, folks. Remember, smoke and mirrors. No jobs are going to come back in the next couple years. The only thing that's going to go out the door is capital and lost opportunity. Anyways, I'm an idiot and I want top pay.